Okay, welcome back, mensen, to the house of Kullid Kouncil. Yeah. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna interview Kouncillor Lèweegee. That's with 4 E's. Yeah. It's 6. Good. So what we're gonna do is interview Kouncillor Lèweegee in and around the LGBTQ plus. Are you gonna correct me?
IA plus.
IA plus. Yeah. Either way, the plus includes everyone. Yeah.
Also,
If you wanna say something, say it now.
Coach in session. Hi guys, so yeah, as y'all heard, we're doing an interview here with Kouncillor Lèweegee. Today he's sort of like a guest on the channel, and yeah, we are gonna speak about his sexuality and also how it relates to the LGBTQIA plus community. So firstly, he doesn't feel like he needs to introduce himself because yeah, but I feel like basically you can just like basically say to put it in a funky way, which letter are you rapping?
I'm rapping the T, obviously.
Okay, so he's
This
rapping the
can
G.
stand
Yeah,
for
it's
a lot
not
of
that
things.
obvious. Owen, guys, man, please. It's not obvious. It's not obvious. Yeah.
Okay, to you guys,
Yeah,
to you
to us,
guys.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
to everyone
okay.
watching, I'm rapping the letter G.
Yes. There we go. There we go.
Gang,
Yeah.
gang.
So first off, I'm start.
Okay.
I would love to know if you can just give us like an intro, like what it means to you to represent someone that is gay, and yeah, just take us through the journey.
Where should I start? Where do you want me to
Well, just
start?
like what it means to you first. We can go through the journey.
Okay, so what it means to be gay,
To you.
to me, it means to be like totally free and express who you really are at your inner core. Because a lot of the times we all put up faces or act the way we think people want us to act because we are scared of being our true selves. So for me, being gay just means like not almost caring what people say or what they will think whenever I do something or how they would perceive that. But as long as I do something that I want to do and makes me happy,
Expressing
then
yourself.
expressing
Yeah.
myself, yes, because I also believe that true art is an expression of oneself.
Exactly.
So
The man with the cool.
so yeah, that's basically what in a short version what being gay means to me.
Okay, so yeah, basically, so what would you describe as one of the toughest challenges you as a gay guy has ever faced?
That's a flippin' tough question.
Can start by saying he is a lot here.
Obviously there is like a flippin' lot because having to deal with challenges as a guy during your daily life, it doesn't just happen once, it's something that happens constantly over a period of time. But I think the toughest thing I've ever faced in my life while being gay or for being gay is the homophobia I experienced from my father. So being in a home where you are denied who you really are, you're not yet accepted, people tell you a disappointment, embarrassment, having to deal with that since I've come out, and I've come out like at the age of 15, 16. So for the last 4+ years, I have been dealing with that. And like I've said, it didn't just happen once. It happens, then it would die down and it would come up again. So that's like a struggle that I have adjusted myself to it. So now when it happens, I'm like, okay, it's fine because I'm used to it now. But at the beginning, it was like flipping hard because it sort of made me feel like, how can I put this?
Worthless, maybe.
Worthless, maybe, yes, but I didn't accept myself. That's the type of effect it had on me. I didn't accept myself. I believed there was something wrong with me. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
In the end, I believed there was something wrong with me. So I think full of the heart, in accordance with that, yes, like when the first time, like when I came out and my father found out, he literally brought the priest over to pray for me because there's something wrong with me. So obviously that's the mentality I had like for a few months until eventually I got exposure and saw the world through my own eyes and got a little bit of experience, and that's when I started like
Sorry for that.
No, it's fine. So that's when I started like having to deal with what I was going through and having to make peace with that, because that's just the way it's going to be. I don't think I can change him. So that's just some of the things, something that I have to accept and just live with it.
That's, yeah, developing a thick skin in a sense, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, even though you develop a thick skin, I feel that yeah, you develop a thick skin, but that still doesn't change the fact that it's you. Maybe like you said, it's how can I say? You say like it's fine now because like it doesn't bother you that much no more, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's not fine, Owens. I feel like I wanna lift the mood a bit, man, but you're gonna bring it down again. Yeah, so let's I want you to and not state sounds like you must put bullets. I want you to like say like so for what is the positivity and all the good things, man, that comes with being part of the community.
Okay, I think one of the greatest thing about being part of the community is knowing that there's people who can relate to your story and knows what you're going through and can give you advice and help guide you. And sometimes when I would say what I'm going through, because I've done 2 posts like that, and the feedback I got, it's just like flipping amazing to know that I'm not the only one having to deal with that. You understand? Because most of you to know that I literally have no gay friends. I only have straight friends. So for me, it's like I don't have that type of community. But whenever I do something on social media and get feedback from the community, it's just like flipping amazing. Ja, ik wil nog iets gezegd. Ik ga het
Support, yeah.
The support, yeah. And also the thing is like when you come out, so obviously straight people are gonna like judge you and just like discredit who you're trying to be. Then you know that there's like a safe place where you can go to, a community that like will accept you for who you are, because and understands you. Yes. So I think that's like one of the greatest things about the community, knowing there's a safe place where you will always be accepted for who you are.
Ja, even later moet praat oor die colorfulness, the diversity, the experiences,
The pride. Okay. So, Philip, what I would say about the pride, or what's like great about the pride, is the fact that there's basically no limits. So it's like a spectrum where you can do what you want, whenever you want, or how you want to, without having to feel some type of way, because that is who you are. So you can express yourself in whichever way. Like I've seen straight guys do drag and gay guys do drag. You can dress up the way you want. You could put on wigs, makeup, do your nails. Like there's literally no boundaries, and you can step out like that without having to feel some type of way, or having to feel like worthless, or not good enough, or not less, or less. But that it's like it's who you are. So just having to deal with it and accepting you for that, and just realizing that I think that's where pride come in. Having that pride to stand up the day and just know that, okay, today I'm going to do this, regardless of what people are going to say. Like imagine a guy puts on 6-inch heels and goes out the house into the public. Like obviously there are some people that's going to be like, look at this guy, but standing tall and putting on a face and like just owning it, yes. I think that's like one of the flippin' greatest things, is being able to have that type of confidence, because I don't think that's something you see every day. So I think does that answer your question?
That's more than enough. You still more guys, you still more guys.
That's flipping a lot, yes, but
also coming back to the part where you say that when a gay guy walks out on heels and something like that, the public's always there to crit him. So coming down to that, so how do you handle critique from the public, from family members and from friends? Because I know in the colored community it happens every single day when someone walks by, or a gay guy walks by, and the small kids would be like, "Kijk daar loop 'n moffie, kijk daar loop dit, kijk daar loop dit." So it happens every day. It's not
the norm,
yeah, it's not something where you could hide your, like an ostrich hides his face into the sand. It's not something like that anymore. It's out there. The children do the thing. So how do you handle all that critique and
Okay.
whatnot?
How I handle that critique is like I literally just listen to one song every time I do something with myself or express myself in a certain way that I know the public is not gonna be too much acceptive of it. I listen to one song and that is a song called This Is Me. So some of the lyrics are I am brave, I am bruised, and this is me. Like whether you accept me or not, like or whatever credit you give me, like I feel like everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but as long as I'm doing what I want to do and makes me happy, then I don't think I actually care what other people say, because at the end of the day, you're not doing it for the public or for the other people. Like you have your own reasons why you're doing what you're doing. And I think like part of having a happy life is being to able to love free and doing like what you want. Like the first time I did my nails, like I obviously got a lot of credit from guys specifically, but then I have to do this. I have to give a shout out to all the girls that has been supporting gay guys and have been there for us. Because at the end of the day, I would like show a girl my nails and they would just like freak out and just like lose their minds. And to see an expression like that or get feedback like that, it just make me feel it warms your heart, honestly, to know that there are girls that like they applaud you for what you're trying to do and trying to, because at the end of the day for me it feels like I'm sort of trying to break down a barrier and trying to make this the norm. So when the next guy comes or the next gay guy comes and tries and do this, there won't be such much of critique because now people are already used to it.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think that's how I handle the critique.
Yeah.
My question is, how do you handle the conflict within the LGBTQIA plus community, and how do you suggest solutions, or how do you suggest change for the better?
Okay, so first of all, I have experienced conflict. Like ever since I've come out, I've experienced conflict. I grew up between gangsters, so most of my time as a young boy, I spent most of my time with them. So the way they were had an impact on how I was growing up and what I was learning as a man. So eventually at the age of 15, 16, when I came out, I was a certain way, if I can put it that way. So when I came out, like the community, I'm not saying everyone, obviously excluding the good ones, but the community wasn't very much acceptive of me in the type of guy I was being. You understand? A guy literally told me I'm too straight to be gay and too gay to be straight. I don't flipping know if that even makes sense what you think. But that was what I was literally told. And I feel like it's so destructive sometimes, because you're supposed to come out and there's supposed to be this community who is supposed to be there for you and support you, because everyone in the community goes through the same struggles or similar struggles than you. And now when you come out, you're supposed to be like, okay, now I'm finally free. But it's like the opposite sometimes happen. Like you get more bashing or you get more judged for you actually trying to be because they believe that there's a certain way to be gay, and now you get categorized in different categories with which I believe it's not like right, because now you're literally boxing someone. And I think the community it's supposed to be like there shouldn't be boxes where you should be. It's like everyone should be free and loving of one another. So now you're like, because most people believe that, like I said, you should be a certain type of guy, but whenever you not what they think you should be, now they immediately like, okay, we're not going to be accepting of who you are or welcoming of who you are. And I think like one of the solutions to that problem is that I think we all need to realize that we all need to be vulnerable at sometimes, because this is when someone new comes out, or whether they're lesbian, gay, bisexual, or whatever the case may be, whenever they come out, I think we should be like, be vulnerable towards them and try to be understanding what they're going through, because we who are now like out and proud, we have been through that. We know the struggle it takes, how much pain and suffering goes along with it. So the least we could do is try and be supportive and understanding of what they're going through, because other people have it so much worse than what I might have or you understand. So
in society there's a lot of toxic masculinity. going around, and I feel like society sees it in such a way that masculinity is only supposed to be one type of way, but it actually isn't the case. No one said that you're supposed to be this way, this way, this way. So I want you to like explain. Actually, would like actually more solutions, like to how society can change the way that they see masculinity, because you don't have to be a certain way. You don't, just because you're a man doesn't mean you can't do this or that. You can't do your nails or your hair or makeup or anything like that. So how do you suggest like we move forward from that?
Okay, so first of all, I think. Wat ek nog my woord sorry.
Ja, eers vir ons
Mm.
I case.
Okay. Okay. So, first of all, regarding toxic masculinity, I think it's something that's instilled on or was installed or is being installed on generations to come, and that have come on a young age. The reason why I said it is because something happened during this week while I was working. So a mother and a father, they were with their baby boy, who was about 34 years old, and they were, as I'm working in the hair aisle, so they were walking through the hair aisle, and they came where you have like the bands you put on your head and stuff, but there was one with flowers on that was girly. There was more girly, and so the father asked the son, "Do you like that one?" Because he was pointing to it, and he reached out his hand because almost like he wanted it, and so the father said to the child, like, "It would actually look good on you, then you can wear it at the wedding." So I was assuming there was a wedding coming out, and then immediately the mother said, "No, don't do that." And he asked, like, why? Because you're teaching the kid that he will be a morphe. That's legit the words she used. And I think like that's so wrong, because we live like literally in the 21st century, where I believe everyone has like the possibility of being gender fluid. Whether you're a man, a woman, or whatever you are, like you can dress how you want, put on yourself what you want. Because we've seen celebrities do with Harry Styles, Jacob Elordi, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but guys who have put on dresses on magazine covers, and then we applaud them for doing it. But as soon as someone else that's sort of local doing it, we want to bash that person and push our own beliefs on them and the way we see the world. So I think that's something that we can. I think a solution we can provide is that we have to start teaching our kids better and erase that type of mindset that whenever you do a certain thing, it's wrong or you will get labeled a certain way. We need to break down that barrier and just let our kids know and teach them that all possibilities are possible. Like you can literally do anything or achieve whatever you want to achieve and be who you want to be, because I feel up and think it's like so wrong to just like whenever you express yourself or do like what you want to do, you have to like adjust yourself as to what society wants you to be or how they will perceive you. Like I think people should like remove that type of mindset and just whenever you like want to cut your hair, want to literally do something that comes, don't just go to people or ask them for opinions. Like do the thing and just whatever they're going to say, they're still going to say it, because people are going to judge you or hate on you whether you're being yourself or not. They will always find a reason to do that. So why don't you be happy and just live your best life?
Basically, you're teaching your kids like to be more open-minded. If I can say that.
To be open-minded.
That our man see I'm stretching.
Oh, no one came me, bro.
Okay, so yeah, to conclude this wonderful session, this wonderful talk, just the last question. Giovanni, Kouncillor Lèweegee, when you realized who you are with regards to your sexuality, did you have someone supporting you? And if so, do you think it is crucial to have that someone there who doesn't judge you, but that's there to support you no matter what?
The reason why I'm laughing is because I was hoping there would be a question like this. I was literally praying for a question like this, because there's probably something I know how to answer it and put it that way. Okay. So first of all, I didn't have someone who was there for me. So growing up, like I said, I believe there was something wrong with me. So there wasn't someone that made me understand, like, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, you are not the only one. Because I literally felt like I was the only one having to deal with this and going through this. Because I think at the age of 7, 8 years old, I started to realize, like, I'm not like the rest of the boys. Like, obviously, I'm different. So there was no one that made me sit down and try to explain me the type of world we live in and how people would react to who I actually am, you understand? So I didn't have that support, and I think it's like in today's world, it's flipping crucial to have a support system like that, to have someone that has been where you are. In the community, I don't know if you guys know, or in the community we have houses, and each house has a father or a mother. And what they basically do is they provide like a house or a safe space for people, for gay guys or people of the community who gets abandoned, and then they can go to them or ask anything about guidance, advice, and just help them through their journey. And I think that's so important, because now you have like a hand that guides you to where you actually want to be, and having to deal with everything that you're dealing, because your parents literally don't accept it. They throw you out of the house, and some kids literally have it worse. People commit suicide or get, like in, I think in Abu Dhabi, you can get prison or sentenced to death just for being gay, which is wrong. So having like a support system or people where you can go to with your problems and troubles and who can relate, it will help a lot, I think. Because it's like when you're going to see a therapist, but now you're dealing all your problems, but sometimes the therapist don't know or can't relate to your story or your situation, where it's different from our community. Because in the community, I guarantee you, there will be someone who has been through what you're going through. So now you can go sit down, because sometimes I think it matters to who you talk to.
Yeah,
It has,
definitely.
you understand, you see. So I think it's like flippant crucial, and that sort of lays the foundation where you are becoming your own person and trying to get your own experience of what the world really is and who you want to be.
Yeah, thank you, Kouncillor Lèweegee, for sharing your story with us, and yeah, answering our questions.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been great having you as a guest. But yeah, I hope many of you can take something away from this this talk that we had today, and basically any kind words you have, Lee?
Just hopefully that not just for society to learn like from it, like hopefully it's some guidance for people out there.
Yeah.
I think also that, I think that's the thing I also wanted to say, like, I hope I'm like grateful enough to be in a place where I can be like a father to a gay guys, bisexual women or guys or whatever the case may be, just to be in a position to able to share my story. Because I believe once you share your story, it can act as an inspiration for someone else or motivation for someone else. Because just to see or hear what someone has been through, and to see how strong they've grown or what they've gone through and the type of person they have become, to see that transformation, it's like flipping amazing sometimes and motivates a lot of people. So I just hope like a lot of people can relate to my story and just take something from it and just know that you are literally not alone.
Yeah.
Yo, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and comment. But let me get back to this race.